Let's jump to the war here, and today we've got a saving and disaster battle playing as the Demon Prince, where we'll be going up against Boris Ursus and attacking him at the Burning Monolith. It will be a minor settlement battle, so they've got a decent sized garrison in there, so they outnumber us by just a tiny little bit. We've got a mixed army, fairly low tier units, a couple of regiments of renown that are okay, and this army here, again, full of basic units and just a lot of stuff. His economy is just non-existent, basically. Which that's one of the challenges of playing as a Demon Prince, because his early game economy is pretty bad due to just the buildings that he constructs just don't provide a hell of a lot of money. And the Demon Prince himself, his early game equipment, it's basically just like painting the Demon Prince and Demon dress-up game. It's just side grades for the most part until you get to the really late stages of the campaign. Do you actually get the really good stuff? But you know, it takes a bit of time to get to that point. All of these heroes are reasonably low level. This guy here, I actually wanted to put him on foot, but there's no need for us to be on the Rotfly. The reason for this is because on the Rotfly, they'll try to shoot at us, but on foot, they probably won't. It'll actually be easier for us to dodge their shots if they even did decide to shoot. I reckon I'm going to be utilizing his magic the most. As for the Demon Prince, he does have access to magic, but because he can't put extra points into it so that he can reduce the cost, there's not really much point in using his magic. I already went through and had a look at some of his equipment. He's picked all the best stuff that he can possibly get. He's got very high melee attack and melee defense, but really it comes down to resistance. 10% ward save, 25% physical, 5% missile resistance. That's not a huge amount considering what all the missile units that we'll be going up against here. Let's have a look at the battle difficulty. Everything's on maximum. Let's jump in and see what we can do. So close defeat there, an auto resolve. Actually, just one moment. I think we've got some equipment. Oh, potion of foolhardiness. So yeah, 42 turns into the campaign, he's picked up 2 pieces of equipment. It's not his fault. The item drop rate for this faction is extremely bloody low, because he gets all the damn items, but nobody else can equip them, and he can't equip all the actual good items that exist in the game. So, especially given that the item rework has happened, making all these other items better, but not his equipment, so he's massively falling behind. He's always sucked, but now he just sucks even harder. And he's not even Slanesh focused. So, looking at this, we don't have enough money to seduce anything, unless I cancel his construction somewhere, and he kind of needs to keep the construction going because his budget's so bad. So, we're just going to have to make do without seducing anything. Let's see what we can do. So, I really kind of felt sorry for this guy for even picking up Daniel the Demon Prince. Like, I'm pretty sure I rated him as one of the least fun factions in the game to play. I know that some people like playing as him, but oh my god, I think this is the worst fucking campaign in Total War Warhammer 3. Without a doubt, it's so friggin' bad. It's just completely been forgotten by Creative Assembly. Like, they just... I don't know, maybe in the end times they'll get something, but I don't know. I doubt it. He's just such a piece of shit. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. So, we want to utilize the Plague-Ridden hero as much as possible, because it costs 4 winds of magic with him to cast Stream of Corruption, and that's probably our best spell in terms of like cost effectiveness. And what we want to do is really get rid of as many of their missile units as possible. I'm not overly concerned about the monsters, even though that was one of the concerns he had. I think what he did is just threw his forces in there. Actually, maybe I should just read the email just really quickly, just a portion of it, because it's fairly long. So I'll read the last half of it. So he says, due to economic restrictions, my forces are largely made up of various marauders and a mix of demons and regiments of renown. I could easily deal with most of his forces with the Demon Prince alone, if not for the sheer amount of anti-large monsters pinning me down in place and allowing the missile units to gun me down. I'm sure there is a way to win, but I just can't seem to find it myself. If Boris falls and his army is wiped out, there will be nothing stopping me from securing the rest of the north in the near future. In this save, we are the attacker, so feel free to make any adjustments you need to in order to win. Yeah, what adjustments? I mean, I took him off the map. You had 2 pieces of equipment to use. Let's see, I got 1 piece of shit, or I can use 2 pieces of shit. Yeah. Not really a whole lot of adjustments. I mean, I can dress up the Demon Prince, and instead of making him green, I can make it red. Yeah, it's all side grades. But it's okay. I'm glad you got this guy here. It's not your fault that this fucking faction is just dog shit at the beginning of the stage of the campaign. So what we want to do here, obviously, just try to take out as many missile units as possible. It's particularly good against armored units because it's 100% armor piercing. And what this is going to do is just help to thin out the enemy forces a little bit. Let's see how that goes there. Do we have the Law passive? Yeah, we do. Just wondering. See, they're not... Okay, no, they will shoot at me. I was going to say they weren't shooting at me. But then they did. But we can easily heal because of that one. But yeah, if we go over here, use Spirit Leech. I mean, that's how we charge up this bar. I mean, hang on. This one over here is a Lord. So you need Lords in order to dish out damage in order to... Don't progress up this way just yet. In order to charge this. Hang on. We can see exactly what abilities we've got potential to show up. So 25% Horn of Corn. 30% Curse of the Slug. 25% Sweet Sorrow. 25% Arcane Surge. 105%. This fucking faction can't even count. Okay, then there's in the second... Okay, we can't see what the second tier is to click on the first one. So Arcane Surge would be alright. So that could generate us some Winds of Magic. But in order to do that, I need to use this. But it costs more Winds of Magic. It just wouldn't be worth it. Even if we did manage to get Arcane Surge, there's only 1/4 chance of doing it. If he goes into melee, we can charge it. But if we send him into melee with anything other than... well, if he gets shot, basically, this is no point. That's what I'm trying to say. Thing is, though, like, we're taking out a fair amount of their health, but it is going to take quite some time in order to even kill a single one of them. We've also got this for healing, so that's good. But like I said, there was no need for us to be on that mount. Right, bringing these heroes over here to go into melee with this one. I guess I could use their missile attack as well to charge this up. Because this one here will be easy to deal with now. Getting rid of the ammo from some of them will be handy as well. What else have we got? But yeah, don't bring him in just... maybe we could use him just a little bit if he gets shot at. Because yeah, the thing is with the Demon Prince is that the AI love to shoot him. As soon as they see him, they'll prioritize shooting at him. So unless you've got a lot of resistance, he's bad to bring in, especially against Kislev. Because yeah, the AI is like designed very well at dealing with the Demon Prince. But they're not good at dealing with small single entities. You get in there. Alright, so this one here should be racking up a little bit, yep, but if the Demon Prince can get in there, we'll rack it up a bit quicker. Just had to draw them away from the rest of their forces so they can't shoot at us. Okay, maybe these ones here don't shoot right now. Alright, so we charged that up a little bit. But, you know, there's a decent chance we're just going to get a garbage ability to show up. Alright, you go back up over here. Bounce power's still in their favor, because it's still playing their music. But yeah, just thinning them out as much as we can before we make the main attack will make a big difference. Problem is, though, it can be a little bit boring for a lot of people to do this, which is why they don't. But this is the big advantage of attacking a minor settlement or a major settlement battle, is that the AI doesn't come at you, giving you time to do this. Because if it was a field battle and they were just rushing at us, you wouldn't have time to fuck them around like this. But yeah, our magic's not going to take us that far. We've already used up probably about a third of it. At least that one's out of ammo. Still think being on foot was better, because even if we were on the faster mount, it would have made us bigger. Still hard to dodge. Okay, get into melee there. We definitely don't want to be using any heal magic, just because we can heal without it. Alright, so we got Sweet Sorrow, which is rubbish. Alright, so what are the chances of this stuff coming in next? Relentless Rage, Bolt of Change, Fecundity, Narcissism. Once again, 105% chance of something happening. Highest chance is Fecundity. So that's probably the best one, because that'll give us some healing. Let's see if that happens, because yeah, otherwise, if we want to try for Arcane Surge again, I gotta waste this. Which, that one doesn't provide any real value. So we're just trying to squeeze as much value as we possibly can out of them, just to begin with here. Because yeah, he just doesn't have a whole lot of tools to work with, you know. The whole shtick of the Demon Prince is his equipment. But his equipment isn't really even that special. Especially anymore. It's kind of sad how the item rework didn't include... I don't think, anyway, it didn't include any of his items. Because I had to look at them as like, yeah, this seems the same as it had always been. Like, death magic items without getting, you know, reduced winds of magic cost, or even life leeching, so we can generate back magic. Alright, 60 magic left, so I've used up about half. Okay, that's good. Charging it up a bit. Won't be able to do this forever. But only this guy here is taking any serious damage, and yeah, we've still got some heals up our sleeves. Try to get to the point where it bounces off the walls somewhat, so you get a bit extra use out of it. And wherever we can possibly get multiple of them hit, even better. I don't really want to send our forces in and try to get them to blob up, because we'll end up taking a lot of damage. We've just got some really trashy units here. It's just not going to do a hell of a lot, especially when the bounce power isn't in our favor. Okay, that castle's alright. Bring them in. Okay, this one here, we should be able to charge this up. Alright, and we got Narcissism. Okay, the next one, Blade of Corn, Storm of Fire, Rot, Glorious Rot, or Fascination. Okay, all of those are at least damage dealing, so those will be okay to use, I guess. Alright, this guy's... We can see his regen cap showing. Ooh. Warbear Riders. Just thinking. Okay, I got an idea for them. If we utilize Blue Fire of Zinch, that should actually be quite good. Also put them on fire at will. That was not so good. Did some damage, and that is their most dangerous unit. But it didn't do as much as I had hoped. Good, that cast went well. Doubled up on it. Alright, well, we're almost out of magic, and we're not going to get another... We're not going to get a Arcane Surge. But we've taken out a few of their units, but the balance of power is still not in our favor. So that's not ideal for us. Because, yeah, we're lacking in, like, cool tools to use as well. Alright, these ones coming in here, this could be good for us. Now, obvious... Oh, shit. Obviously, this guy here is too freaking slow. So we got to get in there right away. Also, they're anti-large, so the Demon Prince is going to be great against them. Hang on, back off. Bring him in. Just want to draw them away from the rest of these units here. That's it, bring him in. Seems like they don't want to go past this point here. Right, I'm going to put you on the ground. We'll see if that does anything. There we go. Bring him in. Even these ones as well, get into melee. And then we could use Miasma of Pestilence to weaken them a bit. Alright, let's do that now. Now they're actually standing and fighting. God, fucking me. The worst one. Oh well, it is what it is. Alright, well. Oh, God, I'll just pick something. Probably Streltsy would be best. So yeah, we didn't get very lucky with those. All Slanesh ones, unfortunately. Okay, Snow Leopard's coming in. Fine, we should be okay to deal with that. It's okay to send these ones into melee. As long as we're not got too much pressure on us. So they're shooting at us a bit. Okay, there we go. Arcane Surge. So that'll give us back a tiny amount of magic. Maybe I can get one more cast in. We will see. Okay, and now would be a good time, since we're taking some damage, to use Locus of Fecundity. And let's move them back. Draw them further back this way. The goddamn warbears came back. Get back, get back. Too many of them there. Get back. Taking a bit of damage, but we still got more heals left. So Demon Prince. Oh, he's got Gore Feast, but yeah, he has already suffered tons of damage. I don't know why he thought that he could take on the entire army with the Demon Prince. No fucking way. We weren't even getting shot that much. Demon Prince is fucking rubbish. Alright, what are we getting this time? Yeah, it's kind of useless here. Okay, this one's suffering a fair bit. We don't want it to start crumbling, because then they die really quickly. But 22 seconds until we get another heal. Rock Warriors, right. Just dish out some damage to them, whatever. Okay, good. It's much better if we're just fighting one of them, as opposed to two. But that's just, you know, what came at us. Still, the balance of power isn't in our favor yet. Still playing their music. Bring them in as well, since they've got some regen. It's usually good to use the regen up at the beginning of the battle, because if you save them until the end, well, they're not going to get a chance to actually regenerate. Alright, good. Get some heals through that. Alright, the Warbear Riders are completely wiped out now. And the Demon Prince, yeah, he's actually done a fair bit of damage, but I don't know what he was thinking about, like, the whole army. Hell no. I didn't believe that for a second. Alright, well. Is the music going to shift? Alright, also, how fast is some of our units? Don't have a lot of fast ones. Well, he's got no more healing left to do. Watch out, watch out, get him out of there. Okay, it started to play our music. That's great, but we've kind of exhausted the Demon Prince himself. And we've kind of got to deal with Boris. Unless we army loss him, which... I don't know, we will see if that happens. Alright. Let's just try to get a bit more organized. Maybe bringing in the missile units. Might be okay. Let's bring them in. Just trying to get an actual good cast here. That was okay. Alright, well, I've got one last cast of Locust of Fecundity. Don't need to worry about healing them because they've got their own regen. Alright, let's bring them in. Because at least we can make use of the barrier. But, in order to get more Winds of Magic, we've got to get Arcane Surges. So it's still possible for us to do that. Alright, let's bring in the Blue Horrors of Zinch. Hang on, it's quite a cramped area. Yeah, bring in 2 over here. Another one of these coming in. I think Boris had quite a few of them, so I don't think this is the last of them either. Yeah, there's another one there. They're going for the Lord specifically over the 2 heroes. No, not this one. Bring these 2 in. At least if this guy lands a hit, he can inflict poison so that it weakens them just a little bit. Plus he's got Slime Trail, so it's debuffing them again just a little bit. No good items to use. There's no point using anything that we've got there. So yeah, it's okay to have the Iridescent Horrors, even though they're spellcasters in melee. Because at least they're not on a mount, they're small, so these ones here being anti-large, they lose a lot of their effectiveness against it. Their chance to hit's quite low. And they haven't even gotten through the barrier here yet. But yeah, putting them in amongst here, it just makes it less likely that they'll actually hit us. Or if they do, it'll spread the damage out a little bit. Okay. Back. Alright, let's bring in some more Blue Horrors. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get them all in here because it's quite cramped. These guys take up a fair bit of space. Alright, don't shoot at these because they're low value. It's just not worth it. We should be able to beat them easily in melee. Just worried about these Kossars shooting over the obstructions there. Armored Kossars, yeah, can't do much about that because they're armored. These guys are getting pretty worn out. How did this guy go for damage? Yeah, that's not too bad, not too bad. And that one did quite well, better than the Demon Prince. Alright, if I chuck the Beasts of Nurgle in here, they'll probably die quite quickly, so let's back off. Just a moment. Alright, I've got one fast unit, Seekers of Slanesh. I'm just thinking about like going around capping these points to get them to go and recap those points so that it thins out their defenses here. Right, they've got Armored Kossar coming in. We'll shoot at this one. Just whenever you're ready. So these 2 here are quite badly damaged now. Keep them out of it. possibility that we might be able to get them a little bit more healing. Okay, this one here is getting absolutely wrecked. Get it back. Ah, shit, Boris is here. Get out. Out. We do not want to be fighting Boris. Nope. Get out. I don't think that worked out very well. We really didn't do very much damage. Alright, well, I may have to send these into melee with Boris and actually send the Demon Prince in. As long as we're not getting shot, we should be okay. See, Boris is reasonably bad at dealing with, like, mass amounts of infantry. Get these ones out of here. Is it magical attacks? Yeah, okay. Best I put him on the ground first. I don't think shooting at him is going to work. So, overall combat stats on Boris are comparable to the Demon Prince, but he's fresh and Boris is not. Because, yeah, his army's on force march. I'm just trying to charge him in the rear. If I send these in, they could end up getting killed in one hit. Boris hits pretty damn hard. Actually, don't shoot that. Yeah, Boris hits pretty damn hard, and being a big fat loser that he is, it's hard to fucking get out of there quickly. So yeah, try to hit and run, just hit him in that ass. Do Slanesh proud. But literally looks like he's Nurgle. Alright, what have I got? That's okay. Shot didn't look like a hit. Oh god, cycle charging just is not good with this fucking idiot. Come on, move it. Not trading well against him. Boris is definitely a stronger character. Get him out now. Get him out. I'm doing that now because if he hits us again, we'll crumble. Alright. Alright, what else have we got in here? Alright, yeah, you come over here. Boris is not doing great against the horrors. He's taken ages to kill them. I don't know if I can justify sending him back in to take him out. Just keep him bogged down until we get the Severed Claws over here. What else have we got? That's anti-large. Mortars of Zinch aren't going to do anything. Maybe these ones here might be able to hit him a little bit, and if they take any damage, well, they can regenerate. And I put him back up in the air. These here should do quite well against Boris once they get in there. And then what we want to do is actually pull these out because they kind of distract them from getting in. Dishing out lots of damage. That's how they're going. Good, they're dishing out damage. Alright. Yeah, send them in. And we'll go in for one last hit with the Demon Prince. But if he gets hit again, obviously I'll pull him out. Having the Beasts of Nurgle attack as well will inflict poison, just help us... Wait, is it immune to contact effects? No. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. That's doing some damage. But just don't shoot the Demon Prince himself. Yeah, this is why we wanted to be on the ground first. They can't freaking aim for shit. God, not even hitting him. So if we have a look at how damage he's done to us, it's a bit. But considering how strong he is, especially compared to us, this, I think, was a good trade-off. Best time to fight him is when he's isolated like this. This is why it was so important that we fought the battle. It was actually really good for you that they had built the defenses here. If it was going to be a field battle, even though they would have had like fewer units, it would have been a lot harder to deal with. Alright. Alright. So that's been dealt with, but we really can't use them very much. This one here, like 1 or 2 shots and it's dead. Like 4 shots. Alright, but because Boris is gone now, their leadership is going to be reduced. So maybe that one more shot and it'll actually shatter. That'll be good. I'll tell you what, the only good thing about the Demon Prince campaign is actually the music. The soundtrack for it, I think, absolutely slaps. Alright, come on, get out of there. There we go, got him. What are they shooting at? Alright, get them in. Okay, so there's a arrow tower there, so it's only low tier, so not that big of a deal. Alright, now that we've killed the general, let's actually do an all-out attack. Let's go for it now. The reason why we want to send everything at them now is because their general's dead, so they've got lower leadership. If we have local superiority, we'll inflict increasing morale penalties on them. That way we can get them to rout a lot sooner. Also, I'll be able to push a few units through here, since they're not dedicating that much to defend this position, to cap this point so that we get rid of the arrow tower there. Start shooting at some stuff would be good. They'll definitely be better off shooting at regular Kossars as opposed to armored Kossars. Still not too sure what to do with this one. Okay, this one here is suffering a fair bit of damage. We need to get it out of there before it starts crumbling. So yeah, we're going to pull our units out when they're down to half strength, or else we lose them entirely. And his budget is so stretched thin, he can't really replace these units right now. Obviously we'll get some loot money for winning. Assuming we do win. But things looking alright at the moment. If I can get these ones in here, they'll provide a lot of capping power for us. Okay, we got the Golden Knight here that's on horseback. Well, that sucks for you because we got anti-large here. This one here, come on, get out. Stay out. So just overwhelm them. Well, we haven't done much damage to the Golden Knight yet, so that's not ideal. Thought we would have by now. Right, we're going to pin down as many of these missiles to stop them from shooting, and also try to get these ones here inside here so that we can get rid of this tower. Not that it's doing a hell of a lot of damage to us, it's just that it's doing some. Get the guy out of there. I don't know. This is just not a very useful ability, so just hold off on it. I don't think I'm going to charge it up to Reign of Chaos. That seems unlikely. Come on, you. Stay out of this. Keeping the Chaos Furies out of it for now, because as soon as I send them in, they're just going to get annihilated straight away. And I don't really need them right this very second. Okay, well, we've captured that point, so that's good. Move these further up because they're obstructing this one from shooting. I need to move it up. Actually, go for the frost worm there. That'll be good. Okay, this one's taking too much damage. Again, get out of there. I think what happens is because... Ah, crap. Because there's a couple of units that get stuck over here. Nah, that one's gone. Hopefully it reforges, but I don't know how many times I told it to come out. Because one of their units, one of their troops stayed behind, they disregarded my order and went, oh, we'll just stay here. Well, now you're all dead, so great. At least that's a relatively cheap unit, but I tried to get it out of there. Okay, these guys getting terror-routed here. Still, this one's in good shape. And it looks like the Golden Knight is gone.
Savage duty. Conquest.
So these two here aren't faring too well. Let's move them back.
Retreating! Pestilent marauders! A brutal path!
Okay, pull this one out. Yeah, these blue horrors, they got stuck in there too much, but I needed to rush in here to pin them down and stop them from shooting, but at the same time, like, if we're gonna lose blue horrors, that's okay. Yep, they're gone. Once they've started, it's very difficult to get them to stop, and they just take damage so quickly that they suffer the increased damage penalty really fast, and so getting them to rally just seems unlikely. I've got to bring these three back. Doesn't matter if they recap that position. They keep bringing more and more of their units over here. Now would be an alright time to send this one around to go and cap other points. Would have been really good if we had other flying units. Sorry, fast units, but we don't. Need to try to pin down... Oh, they've got... another one of these freaking lords here. Alright, where's you? You need to get in here. Put a stop to him. You have been. Okay, I think that's their last frost worm. Right, there's some armored cossars. You won't be particularly good against that. Streltsy, go for that. Although I reckon these ones are going to die very quickly.
An act of corruption. Let there be rot. Endless evisceration.
Right, I'm going to try to pull this one through here and into the armored cossars, so we can pin them down so they hopefully don't shoot at all. Hopefully we're approaching the army. This one here, yeah, just leave it in reserve. I can't really justify bringing them in either. Yep, this one's about to go. Yep. I never thought we were going to do a hell of a lot of damage with them, but I just... Yeah, there's no point trying to get them out. They're goners. Just wanted to try to stop them from shooting. We need to pin these ones down here as quickly as possible. Oh my god, look how quickly these ones died. I tried to get them through here. No. It's got no fucking damage output. Okay, this one... very badly damaged. Move it back. These ones, they're not in great shape either, but bring them in here. Fucking Streltsies. That's why I wanted to pin them down. How much damage they do to us. If I bring in the Demon Prince, he's just going to get shot straight away. Well, at least the Severed Claw are regimented for now, so they're easy to replace, you know, in 10 turns if they get wiped out. I've got to get through these damn armored cossars. Oh my god, what's with this unit here? Just absolute trash. Right, we should really try to shoot at these regular Kossars just because they're unarmored. Send some of these guys back in. They're just basic marauders. Yeah, I can't send him in. He will die straight away. Because whatever they're shooting at now, they'll just change their targets. Which, maybe that could work in our favor. We'll bring him over here. They'll target us, so they stop targeting everyone else, and I just won't go in there to attack. Get this one here, stop shooting. Get them into melee here. The Severed Claw are on their last legs, although only half of them have actually died. Definitely going to end up being a Pyrrhic victory, assuming it's going to be a victory, which I still think it is, because it is still playing our music. Since we've got this one here pinned down, I was fine with bringing him in, even if it's just briefly. And there we go, there's the army losses. Well, that was actually pretty tough, because we just had no fucking tools apart from magic to use. Because his army's just totally not robust at all. And Kislev's quite strong. But I'm not sure what else he could have done, apart from just generate more winds of magic before the battle. So, it looks like we lost 3 of the Blue Horrors of Tzeentch. And that's it, I think. Oh, and the Chaos Furies. But yeah, this faction sucks. At least in the early stage of the campaign. I know some people will be like, oh, but later down the track, they're really, really good. Yeah, everyone can get super strong at turn 100. It's the beginning part that matters. They're so slow to start. Because all the good stuff is backloaded in the campaign, and all the front-loaded shit is just pure garbage, including the Demon Prince himself. Okay, well, scored yourself a Crown of Command, so, you know, we're getting some good items for you. Alright, and none of the Blue Horrors of Tzeentch came back, but since your budget was stretched anyway, of all the units to disband, those are a pretty high contender. And a fair bit of loot money there. So we'll occupy the settlement for... You're pretty far behind in terms of Tzeentch, so why don't we do that one?
Chaos lives here now.
And we also got you the Wades with, well, stage 1 of the Wades with Gore trait. So a bit of extra health for him, that's great. And his skill tree is also, this is like the worst skill tree out of any faction, Legendary Lord. Or just any Lord in general, this is the worst one. It's so fucking bad. It's like, plus 1% extra attack on this unit on a Wednesday. It's fucking rubbish. I know I'm exaggerating, but it's still just absolute terrible skill tree. Anyway, I really can't sit here and just shit on this fucking loser for too much longer, because it gives me a migraine just thinking about this fucking idiot. Anyway, that's the end of that battle done. I did what he asked me to do. Obviously, we took a little bit of damage, but he couldn't even win the battle. At least we got through that. Hopefully, he'll have a... Oh, God. Well, you'll get a bit of chance to replenish before that comes over here. And Boris did lose his army. And so he won't be amongst them. Neither will the Golden Knight, nor will that other hero. You do have enough money that you could potentially recruit. But what I would recommend doing is having this one stand at the back of it here. Just in case. And if you want to get some more Blue Horrors, you know, we could get 2. Actually, getting some Chaos Warhounds of Khorne wouldn't do too badly, because some fast units would have been really handy for that one to get them distracted everywhere. I only had the one shit fast unit. Some Chaos Warhounds of Khorne would be good, because they're also very good against Kossars. But yeah, that wasn't the strength that he went in there. And also, that's the cheapest unit available here. I wouldn't bother getting Chaos Furies unless you want to get a lot of them. And probably the Tzeentch one would be best, just because of the barrier. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.